Peace, everybody. Welcome to K.H.C TV. Actually, I'm going to be starting a new series called Beyond the VHS. And the reason why I want to call it Beyond the VHS is because I want to talk about, the battles after the fact. Like how do particular B-boys that was actually in some of these legendary battles got a chance, to against Cali. And we're going to be talking about that. So hope that you guys enjoy it. Stay tuned. There we go.
Yo, what up?
Why not, brother? Let me see if I can get you on the headphones. I should have had you on.
What? I got my headphones.
Okay.
Turn my headphones up.
1 second. Usually I'm ready, but
What up, Monk? My boy Monk in the house. What's good, everybody joining in? This ain't mine, but I'm gonna act like it is. Yo, what's up?
cool.
What's up, Mikey?
All right, Thesis. Yo, Thesis though, bro. Thank you for jumping on, man. I really appreciate it though, bro. Every time that I see you, like you have like such a positive vibe though, you know what I'm saying? And I've always highly respected you, bro. I remember seeing you like I used to think to myself, yo, this dude got like hella moves though, but I was I was always impressed by that.
Appreciate that, man. You too, man. Always same thing, right? Always good vibes. But I'm like, damn, this guy got hella footage, yo.
Yeah,
Word,
that's
word.
always been my thing though, thesis though, So
Yeah.
basically what I'm trying to do now, bro, is like I want to start a new series called Beyond the VHS. So basically Beyond the VHS is that I kind of want to talk about like some history with the VHS though, because I know that you come from that era too as well though, right?
Yeah, for sure. Dude, VHS before the YouTube. Yeah, dude. VHS was all we had. That's crazy.
Do you remember
I think
some of
about
the
it.
first tapes that you ever got?
Yeah, I think the first ever, man, I forget what freestyle session it was. It was a blue, all I could say was a blue case.
It was a blue case, okay.
Yeah, and it was like, oh man, maybe it was 12. Could have been 12, could have been even sooner than that before that. Honestly, I'm
Okay.
not really sure, but I remember I got it. My mom was dating some random dude at the time and he just happened to have it. And I
No
was
way.
because I was breaking, yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, check this out." And I remember watching it and there was like, there was people like Circle of Fire was on it. I remember seeing Orb on it and being like, "Dude, I seen that guy at Westlake in Seattle when I was like 5 years old. I was like, I know that kid. I've
Yeah.
seen that guy, and he still trips out to this day. Orb was actually the first b-boy I ever saw in person live.
Are you
Break,
serious?
break. Yeah, he was the first b-boy I ever saw in my life, and yeah, him, Free, and Seth. And then the first like one of the first VHSs, I turn it on, and he's like, obviously, VHS is wherever you leave it off. It's like it doesn't start from the
Right.
beginning. And he happened to be like the first b-boy that popped up, and I just remember being like, "Oh shit, this is crazy!" Like I looked at it as like a sign, like, "Oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing." But but yeah, other than that, Lords of the Floor,
Yeah.
yeah, Lords of the Floor, the second one, definitely that was like the holy grail of our VHSs. But I just, I also just kept it super basic, man. I had like Breakin' 2, Beat Street. Beat Street was like the one, like, I don't know, I just watched that on VHS all the time. But
Me too, though, bro. I remember I used to go to the video stores and like you can rent the VHS
yeah,
and I will always rent B Street though, bro. Like I'm a little kid,
yeah, classic.
What was it that you liked about B Street so much? Because the reason why I'm asking is because like some of the pioneers
Mm.
they say like that was the wackest movie that was ever made, and I'm thinking like, no, bro.
No, I mean, I loved it because it was. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, I mean, if you're coming from the mecca of breaking,
Right.
and you see it on media, and it's a little exaggerated. Of course, they're gonna say that, but you know, us on the West and shit, we see this shit. This is like gold to us. We're like, oh, this is what breaking, or this is what hip hop is. You know what I mean? It's like a little bit more
Exactly though,
grimy.
bro.
Especially like when if you're, you know, you're coming up and shit, you see this, it's like, damn, those are the coolest fucking dudes I've ever seen. I want to be like
Me
them.
too.
I want to talk like, yo, my fucking backspins are the baddest. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly
you know,
though, bro.
the
I
fresh,
was
the
I was
rawness.
pretty I was pretty happy though, Thesis, maybe about like I say maybe about like a year or two ago I finally got a chance to have a conversation with Lee.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, though, bro. And I sent him a hat and a shirt
No way.
and he wore it, and when I seen that, it just made me feel like, damn, bro, like my puzzle and my life for breaking is almost complete.
Yeah, yeah, for
You
sure,
kind of get
man.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
Like as far as like
came go
everything
full
that I'd
circle.
been through from the 90s into the 2000s, like I always wanted to meet that dude because Lee to me was the way that people looked at Kenny.
Yeah,
Because he was always like, yo, one side gonna have the curvy line,
yeah.
the other side gonna say, and when I do my backspin,
It's gonna be
when
the
you're
baddest.
young, and you, yeah, exactly. When you hear somebody say that, and he's so sure about himself, and when he stepped into the party
Yep,
and he made his own circle, though,
yep,
bro, like that right there, that showed me like that's what b-boying is about, bro. Like coming
100%.
into the party, knowing that whoever that's around you, like you can just set it off.
I think that's dope that you said that. I think that's actually like the connection I had too, is just how to properly just represent and
Right.
not give a fuck about, you know, whoever is doing whatever, you know what I mean? Like as long as you come correct, you're dressed fresh, you feel fresh, you break fresh, you got a fresh crew. That's what it all came down to. Because I remember being a little kid, and I was, you know, I'm grimy little kid from the projects, you know, like shaggy hair, like fucking coming into these jams with, you know, my crew. We used to be called riff rats. We were like, we
Oh,
were,
Riff? I never heard that
yeah.
before. Okay.
My first crew was called riff rats, and it was just a bunch of us kids from the reservation and from the projects, and we just kind of got together. Some of my cousins were in it and stuff, and we started breaking. We used to go to these jams, and like regardless of like how we were dressed and how we looked, like we made sure our breaking was like fresh. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whatever it was, as long as we represented in a fresh way, you know, like that's what it all came down to. And like for me, like breaking hip hop, like that, you know, that's the definition. The definition is to be fresh. You know what I'm saying? For me, at least, like if you're fresh, you're doing it right. It doesn't matter what style, what you know, what you look like, or anything like
Exactly.
that. If you're fresh, then you're hip hop. You know what I mean? And the opposite, obviously, the opposite is whack or trash. You know what I mean? But that's
Right.
my definition of hip hop is like to be fresh. You know? So
Right.
yeah,
That's man, I like how you say that because that's how I always felt.
yeah,
Like every time that I would go places, when you see me, I always feel like your outfit has got to be fresh, though,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like
You,
even if you're just there
yeah.
in the background watching, when somebody sees you and they haven't seen you in years, they can look at your outfit and be like, "Yo,
Yeah. Hey,
that
remember
fool
when,
is
you
so,
know,
so fresh."
remember when Mikey Eyes wore that? And you know what I mean? Like the moves are just like plus out of that. But like, yeah, that presence, like that's what makes you like that b-boy, right? Like the
Right.
presence. Yeah.
I'm
That
glad.
shit's the
I'm glad that you brought that up because to me, I can tell like you hold original principles to breaking though too. And for me, you were very like abstract, but you was always fresh because I remember I used to watch like Sour Patch
hmm
and all those guys, and like it took me a while to process but I noticed when you did it, it was to me, it was like a new version of Sour Patch.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you know, that's what I try to bring too. Like when I met like say for example when I met Sour Patch, I met most of the OGs through Paranoid Android.
Okay.
And PA, you know, his style obviously if you know Paranoid Android, his style is very abstract. He created his own kind of I mean, the name says it itself. It's very like robotic, but in a stylish way. I don't mean robotic in a
Okay.
negative way, you know?
Right.
Um, and, you know, when I first came into the rooms, when I was dancing, because I was already breaking before I met PA, right? And
Mm.
everything that I started breaking from was literally from breaking in Beat Street. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
okay.
I walk in. It was a punk rock youth center called Scrappy's. I walk into this place, and I'm like, I'm the shit. I got a little 6-step and a jumping thread and a little backspin, you know. And
Right.
I'm looking at these dudes doing all these abstract styles, mixing it with, you know, whatever, blow ups, power, all that stuff. Um, and I'm just like, yo, what the hell's going on? This is crazy. Like this isn't what I thought breaking was, you know? So
Oh, I see.
yeah, so they opened up this new door, and PA showed me other breakers too, like you know, before my time, like Megas and Dizzy, and you know, like people that kind of like have like other abstract styles, but also
Was
mix it
that
in.
on VHS though? He was showing
Yeah,
you the footage of
yeah.
them?
I mean, he was the one that actually gave me the Lords of the Floor, and after that, that's when I saw like a lot of other breakers, you know. Um,
Okay.
and I was like, holy shit, there's people from all over the place doing this. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I thought, real talk. You want to know something crazy, Mikey?
Yeah, tell me, bro.
I thought, okay, I thought me and my crew from the little projects of Tucson, Arizona, were gonna be the next ones to bring breaking back. Like I didn't know there was a whole world until I met the A. I didn't even know there was like I thought we were bringing breaking back, you know,
And
and
what
like
city is this? This
this
is
is
this AZ?
yeah, this is in Tucson. Yeah, this is in
Oh,
Tucson.
Tucson. Okay.
Yeah, I was about like 11 years old when I walked into Scrappy's.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, that's when I met like PA and a lot of like the AZB boys, and that's when I met Sour Patch and like We Hum and Yoshi and a lot of the OGs. And then yeah, and then there was that time that, you know, I never steered away from like the traditional way of breaking either. Like I always just like was so connected to it, you know. And then I met
I seen
people,
that.
yeah, and I met someone, you know, I met other people and stuff, but like who really like helped me tap into mixing mixing styles like original like abstract styles with traditional was Nate the Killer Robot from Circus Runaways.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and Nate, you know, Nate uh compared to a lot of the other Circus Runaways, like, you know, like Law, Josh, you know, the flexible abstract cats, he didn't do any of that stuff. You know, he was mostly power combos and, you know,
Mm.
and flows and stuff. So I was able to kind of grasp my background of like traditional like VHS films of idea of what you know the traditional way of breaking to abstract to mixing it in and flowing through like the people I met, you know, and um and then obviously it came to a point where I started like grasping the skill, right? Like, oh shit, I could actually do this. And then that's when it was just like, all right, I'm gonna fucking go off and make my own shit and make my own style and make my
Ooh.
own moves. You know what I mean? And then years and years and years go by and I developed my style, you know, and I wouldn't even say like it's done developing, like it still evolves here and there, but there was a point where I was like, okay, this is my style. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
I think I was like about maybe 15 years into breaking, and I was like, this is it.
Ooh.
You know, like it, you know, like this is me. You know, I experienced a lot in a lot of different things, and I think it was about 15 years when I was like, yep, all right, this is my style. You know, so.
Somebody said in a comment, and you was rocking the braid. I remember
Oh
she.
yeah, dog. I think that was Trunks. Trunks is an OG.
Yeah, yeah.
Trunks is an
Truck
OG.
said
Yeah,
that.
yeah. What's up, Trunks? Yeah, rocking the Jedi braid, bro. The Jedi braid. That's
Oh,
what it's all about.
oh,
So yeah, that was
oh, is that what that
yeah, the
was?
Jedi braid. A lot of us AZ cats, South Cali cats would wear the to do the Jedi braids, because that was like we were like the Padawans, like we were in training, and then when we felt like we mastered our style, that's when we cut it off.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're Star Wars fans.
I
Grew up
love
watching.
Star Wars though,
Yeah,
bro. I just watched The Mandalorian
there
right now.
you go. Yeah, Rebel
I
Alliance.
watch.
Yeah, yeah. Trunks.
Yeah.
Hey, Trunks is Rebel Alliance. That's what's up. The OGs. DJ's, yeah, the DJ Scott, yeah, that's some Star Wars shit right there. You know what's up?
Yeah, bro. Like I love Star Wars though. I thought the Obi-Wan series was
Yeah,
ill though, bro, on
yeah,
Netflix.
yeah,
To me,
man,
that showed the original. To me, that brought back the original Star Wars because they kept all the characters the way that
bro,
they always looked, but with a brand new story.
bro, no doubt, man. Yeah, it's dope. Like what Star Wars represents too, man. It's amazing, you know.
Right,
Like
right, right.
kind of,
Thesis too. I want to ask you, do you remember Styles Crew in Arizona, Florida,
of
Assassin?
of course. AZ Floor Assassins was like, you know, okay, so obviously there was
Okay.
VHSs, right? But
Yes.
what I have a box full of like what is this 8
Eight
tracks and shit like
millimeters.
yeah
8 millimeters.
yeah I have a box of those, and like there's a lot of battles of me like when I'm like 12 years old battling AZ Assassins and style.
Damn, bro,
Yeah,
for
dude.
real?
Yeah, I gotta bring these out. Like I have I just gotta get a few chords to put it on my laptop and stuff, but I got all that shit on storage, and yeah, a lot of that footage. There's a lot of styles. There's a lot of AZ Floor Assassins, and you know, still to this day, I talked to some of them. I know Harold is still doing his thing. Idea, who else? There was a dude. I think his name was Albert. I think I don't know.
Okay, yep.
They were just nasty,
I think I
dude.
heard of him though,
Yeah,
bro. He was really good at power, I think.
yeah, yes. No, I think he was more like a footwork cat, like super like swift and
Oh, okay.
fast and clean. And yeah, dude. Oh damn, Trunks is actually throwing out the throwbacks, dude. Remember Underdog? You were there. You had to be there. Underdog.
Yeah, Underdog was tight.
That was cool.
Did you ever go to Tree Style Session?
I never went to Tree Style Session, but I saw it on Utmost's event or DVD when he came out with what was it DVD Utmost came out?
Beyond something though, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about,
It was
right?
yeah, yeah though,
Uh,
bro. Like
I forgot.
that was those underdog events was pretty tight though, bro.
Underdog. That was like I think that was one of some of the first DVDs actually to come out on breaking for
Exactly.
breaking. Yeah,
I started tripping out pieces though when they started like the DVDs came out and VHS started to like not be the thing anymore. It was just like
I
fuck, dude,
know.
it's like they're shutting off like my supply because I was getting in mad tapes though,
Yeah.
bro. I was getting all the Miami pro-ams though, bro, before
hmm
they even got like to video.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I knew people that were actually there at the event filming.
they used to hook it up, huh? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
though, bro. That's how I was
Yeah.
able to get everything.
Damn, remember when in jams they used to charge us to come in with the camera? Remember it was
Tim,
like 20
for
bucks
the
more
camera.
tip for the camera? Yeah, because you know you're making shit,
Yeah,
making
that was making
videos,
stuff.
because that's what people would do. They would make VHSs and then sell them. You know,
Hmm.
that was the way to do it. Going back to VHSs, another. I used to go to a place called Rosie's in Tucson,
Ooh.
and I don't know if anyone remembers Rosie's, but shout out, dog. That was the spot. It was an old graph spot, and they just happened to have like breaking VHSs and the All Elements show. Have you ever seen the All Elements show? Have you ever heard of that?
I think so.
Yeah, it was a huge event at the YMCA in Tucson. Actually, one of the first events I went to before I even like knew what breaking was.
Mm.
That's the jam where Crumbs and Iron Monkey went at it when they battled in the cipher.
Oh,
Yeah,
that shit was hard though,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. And
I
Ivan
had
was there.
I had
Yeah,
the whole footage
yeah.
though, bro.
Dude, I I was like 6 years old or something like that. And
Yo, you serious?
yeah, and
You were there?
I was there, but I didn't know what was going on at the time, dude. Like my mom, my cousins, we all went together, and I just remember being there and being like, "This is crazy." And then I think I just like left because I was just like a little kid, you know. Like I was just like, "Okay, let's go get some ice cream or some shit," you know what I mean? But
Right.
little did I know I was in a room of like legendary battles and people, and it was crazy. I saw the VHS. Um, you know, say like 6, 7 years later, and I was just like, holy shit, I remember that. And you know, my cousins were like, yeah, we were there. Like I was like, yo, that's crazy.
So
But
you got to see when Crumbs battled Monkey, you were right there watching?
I was in the room, but I don't remember it. I don't, you know, I don't know.
Okay.
But I can't say I remember. I was just a little kid walking around like, what the hell's going on? Um, but it wasn't the first time I haven't seen breaking, so I just kind of was like, okay, this is dope. But
Right.
but yeah, no, but I was in the same room. That was actually like the first jam I've ever went to, you know.
Mm.
Obviously I wasn't there like intentionally for the battle, but I was
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it was like down the street from my crib. It's crazy.
That's tight
Yeah.
though, bro. So I was gonna ask you, what year did you meet Flexum?
I met Gordy. Uh, uh, let's see. I know when I met him, I didn't like him. I remember that.
Oh, really?
It was a long. I want to say I was like 12. I think I went to what jam was it, dude? It was a Cali jam. It was when he first kind of got down with Knucklehead's Cali. He
Oh, okay.
yeah, he was battling with like Mike and Bert at some jam. It could no, it wasn't Underdog. I think it might have been Top Dog. To be
Okay.
honest, is when I met Gordy. Yeah, we were out on Hollywood Boulevard. You know where all the breakers used to get down and shit.
Right.
And we weren't like performing or nothing. We were just kind of breaking on that smooth concrete. And he was just like at the time, he was just so annoying to me. I just remember like he was joking when I was like trying to break, like, and I was just like, man, get this guy out of here. And then like, and then later we became like fucking like brothers, you know. But yeah, I remember at first I was just so annoyed by him, and then like the more I got to know him, I was like, oh, this guy's hilarious, and like then like when I got into Knucklehead's Cali, like we really bonded, you know. And then it was just like off from there, you know. But
So he was in Knuckleheads before you?
yeah, yeah, he was in Knuckleheads. I'm pretty sure he was getting down with Renegades, and then he kind of I
Yeah,
don't
I
yeah.
remember that because he was battling with Kid David.
Exactly, yeah. 5150 and Renegades, and then he kind of like transitioned into Knuckleheads. And I think
Did he tell you about his original crew, SOS?
SOS Crew. Yeah, I heard of that. I don't know too much about it though.
Okay, SOS crew was him, Vietnam,
Mm.
and a dude named Danny, and then there was another dude named Georgie though. And SOS stands for Strictly Old School.
Oh shit!
So
Strictly
this is like
old
around
school.
90, yeah, this is like around 90, 93, 94 that he was in that crew.
Wow.
But him in Vietnam, that's how we met, is when I used to go to Merced, Vietnam, and Gordy, you know, before he was even called Flexum,
Yeah.
they were both in that crew, SOS.
That's crazy, dude. Vietnam. Yeah, I know he used to talk about getting down with Vietnam a lot. I didn't know he was in SOS as well.
Yeah,
Um,
that's just like some early history though, bro.
that's awesome. Yeah,
'Cause I know,
that's your are you from the Bay, or you're from the Bay, right? Modesto?
no, actually, this is my story though. Like, I'm from Los Angeles, but when I first got into breaking, I seen it at junior high school in Long Beach. And then when I left Long Beach, we ended up moving up north to a city called Madera. And Madera is about 30 minutes away from Merced.
Okay, okay.
So I grew up, I'm originally from Los Angeles, but I grew up in Northern Cal. And
Uh-huh.
Madera is an hour from Modesto. And
Got
Merced
it.
is like 20 minutes away from Modesto. So that's how the whole style elements and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of us, we all met each other like basically
Uh-huh.
in Modesto at a place called the California Ballroom. And I
Nice.
used to pick up Flexum in Vietnam and I would take them to those dances and they would sit
That's
there and basically just
dope.
get blown away by Super Dave and Ramon and
Mm,
Crumbs.
yeah, wow. That's cool. I never knew that, man. I never knew that
Yeah, that's
connection. That's
why I wanted to talk to you though, bro, because I know
wow.
like there's some things that I can share with you that like you didn't know because like I was in the scene before the scene was even getting started though.
No
There
doubt.
really wasn't no scene. Like when I first started breaking, it was just like VHS though, bro. It was maybe going to the
Yeah.
Eddie's liquor store and you would rent B Street and in my mind I would think like, damn, I wish it can happen. I wish that breaking would come back. And then I went down Melrose and I seen a
Yeah.
flyer 1996, and it said Freestyle Session 1.
Wow. Fuck yeah, dude. And then blast
Freestyle
off
Session
from
1.
there, right?
Yeah,
Blast off from there.
bro. It started going crazy
Now look
though, bro. And
at
then
breaking. Wow.
yeah,
That's crazy.
now look at breaking though, bro. I was
Breaking
gonna
is
ask you about
insane.
that too. Like, how do you feel about the evolution of breaking right now in 2023? Because I know a lot of times
Yeah.
I just had this conversation with somebody and they said that the moves are dynamic, but everybody's still looking the same. And I want to ask you, do you feel that way?
Oh yeah. Well, before we get into that, I just want to say one thing. What's up,
Okay.
Eagle? Much love, respect. You inspire me too. And Johnny B. Bad, my guy. Love you too, bro.
All right.
Peace
I
and
know
love.
Johnny B. Bad.
Yeah, he's up here about an hour north from me. I live in San Diego. I think he's like in Santa Ana, Orange.
Okay.
He's a homie. But yeah, so shit, getting into this question. So yeah,
Hmm.
so going back, obviously like kind of the time that you were talking about, obviously I was a little bit later on, but still
Yeah.
that sense of just hearing about people, hearing about like different styles and hearing like obviously you couldn't have gone on YouTube and was like, who's this B-boy I heard about and see his whole freaking portfolio and life, you know what I mean? It was all like word of mouth, and then it was just
Word of
like,
mouth
oh,
though, bro.
that guy won that jam. Oh
Yep.
shit, I gotta go to the next jam, and if he's there, I'm gonna call him out to get my name up. Like that's how it was, right? Like
Hmm.
that was the reason why I went to Cali a lot, because I was trying to get my name up by battling the
Oh,
best. You know what I mean?
battling the best.
Yeah, and that's what it was. See, okay, so here's what
Hmm.
leads into that question is, a lot of people aren't really battling other b-boys anymore. They're battling a
Mm.
system. They're battling a system. They're battling a way of winning. They're trying to find ways to win instead of like finding like that rep. You know what I mean? Like the rep is not the rep anymore at what it used to be. Um, you know,
Mm.
and I'm not bashing on no, don't get me wrong. Some of these breakers that are winning all these huge events are incredible. You know what I mean? Like they do a lot of stuff that I can't do personally. Doesn't mean that they can't, there's stuff that I can do that they can't. You know what I mean? But that's the difference, right? That's the difference is because
Right.
because my upbringing was I got to battle the best dude. So in natural form of getting to that point, you're training your shit. You're not looking at what they're doing. You're just heard about these people, but you're not looking at what they're doing. You're not looking at what everyone else is doing. You're not seeing other people win in certain ways. You're like, I got to be the best that I could be, and that's what formed my originality. That's what formed my aspect of, or my perception on breaking and stuff like that. And it shows to this day. I could go to an Olympic battle and I could just do me without trying to beat the system,
Mm.
and you know what I mean. And I already covered all the ground that I needed to, because I
Hmm.
mastered everything by trying to beat the best, not be the best, but beat the best. You know what I mean? You
Oh,
know what I'm
okay.
saying? So like for example, like my first exhibition battle was in Arizona. I was coming from Tucson. Everyone that was killing it was in Furious Styles up in Phoenix. Everyone that was kind of like, we had Melodrama, so you had like Sundance and all these people like,
Hmm.
killing pioneers in AZ, like killing it. And this is in their prime. I'm coming up. I'm like 13, 14. I'm coming up. What's up, Lex? Um, and and these dudes, they asked me for my first exhibition, right? Ever. They asked me, oh, yo, we want to bring you up to Phoenix and battle. Like, who do you want to battle? And they expected me to battle, to say someone at my level, right?
Hmm.
I was like, yo, and Miracles at the time was the best breaker in AZ, in my opinion. And I was like,
Yeah, bro.
yeah.
Miracles.
At his prime, I thought he was the best breaker in AZ of all,
Yeah.
So I was like, give me Miracles. And they laughed, bro. They laughed, bro. They said, no way, we're not going to put you up against Miracles. And I knew I wasn't as good as Miracles. But I was like, I'm not going to do this exhibition unless you give me Miracles. And people thought I was
Oh.
crazy. And that actually, I think, was my first ever clip on YouTube that was posted of me. But this was years later. Like it happened way before YouTube even came out. You know what I mean? But someone just happened to upload it and put it on. But yeah, dude, like, so that's what I mean. That's what it comes down. That's when it comes down to like your approach on breaking. So right now in
Mhm.
2023, you have like everyone's trying, like I said, everyone's just trying to be the best, but not beat the best because they're not
Oh.
battling each other. They're not battling each other anymore, you know? Like no one's coming for me and saying, you know, like, oh, I'm trying to beat B-Boy Thesis, you know what I mean? They're saying, "Oh man, I heard Thesis is gonna be at that jam. That would be crazy if I won instead of him." You know what I mean? Like that's the mindset of it now, you know, and
Mhm.
it holds people, it holds breakers back from their full potential. And like I said, it doesn't take away of all the amazing shit that they're doing, you know. But the approach is a little bit different, and I think that's why a lot of people are amazing, but also like looking very similar because damn, you know, Vicious Vic just did this combo and he's winning all the jams. I should probably learn that combo, right? You know what I mean? So like, so it's like, you know, you got your own style, you know, you got your own approach, but you're doing the same thing, and it's just like, you know, where does that differ? You know, like where does that like separate? You know, and you have to be able to like separate yourself from the idea of breaking. Like you have to create the ideas. You don't want to be the idea, right? So
Mhm.
like so that's what it really comes down to. I think a lot of breakers just have this idea of what breaking is instead of contributing into what breaking should be or what you think it is. You know
Ooh.
what I mean? Um yeah, dog, like fucking, you know, like what they're saying, like everyone looks the same. It like in true words is like they're just saying everyone's a puppet, bro. Like everyone's just being puppeteered, you know what I mean? Like because like one, people aren't taking risks. People aren't doing anything different, you know, because that's gonna lose them that category in that one battle. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I mean that's just what I see. And you know, and
Right. It's your
it's
opinion.
my opinion, and coming from like someone that battles all the time and's been at these
Mhm.
battles and experienced these battles before, like I hope no one's taking this as like I'm hating or anything, but like I've seen it firsthand and I see it, you know what I mean, and I see it and I experience it, and I'll take the L more than more than taking the win of doing like whatever the shit is that I'm told to do. Like I'll take the L just doing me and be happier with that. You know what I mean? Because like that's just how I grew up. You know,
Right.
that's just how I look at breaking. You know, and like I said, I'm gonna say it one more time too. Like I'm not taking away taking anything away from the newer generation because like they are incredible. You know what I mean? Like you see 10-year-old kids like doing fucking the craziest shit, and I'm just like, damn, like they're doing something right, obviously, you know.
Right.
But it's just a difference,
Right.
man.
You know what I want to say that piece? I think that you're being honest about that, and I appreciate you being honest about that. And that's the reason why I brought you on to my platform because I think honesty is probably the best thing that you can give to somebody that's a b-boy because if
Mm,
you're lying to them, you're holding them back and you're putting them in then that one-dimensional mindset that you're right, they're not. It's like you're breaking for the wrong reasons,
yeah,
bro. You're
yeah,
dope, but you're not really breaking for like the real right reasons though. And somebody, as people that's been in the game like yourself, 15, 20 years, like they need to be told that,
mm,
and it's not correcting them, it's just actually being a mentor and
yeah,
a leader.
yeah,
And a
yeah.
leader.
Mm-hmm. I learned the hard way, man. Like
Yeah.
I had to change my vocabulary on how I speak to people like that I want to succeed because I learned through tough love. Like my teachers and stuff like that, like they weren't easy on me, you know. Like if I did a similar move to anyone, it wasn't like, hey, that was cool, but maybe you should do it this because I heard it was like, yo, you fucking biter, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, that's a whack as shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I grew up, you know? So, like, me growing up, that kind of transferred to me. And I remember, like, being a little bit too honest. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah, but there is a way to guide people, obviously, using the right vocabulary, but, like, being honest. And I just see too many people just being like, "Oh, that was dope. when they've seen it before a million times. You know what I mean? Like, and and real talk, like I'm gonna say
Yeah,
nothing.
bro.
Like if you're not my homie, real talk, I'm not gonna say nothing. Like I'll just you know, just walk away or do something else or whatever. But if you're my
Right.
homie, like I'm gonna tell you, you know. And I got a lot of homies, and I'm not saying like I'm gonna tell you, like I'm gonna tell you, you know. But I'm gonna be like, you know, like check this out, you know. Like I've seen some like this is what I tell my students a lot. Like I teach a lot, right? I teach online.
Okay.
And I give them moves that's obviously been done before. Say for example, you could use like a back tap, for example, like a little German tap,
Mhm.
right? Everyone's doing these German taps, right? But I teach them. I always say this. I'm always like, hey, you know, like I know you've seen this move a million times, but this is how I approach it. And then after how I show you how I approach it, let's find a way on how you could approach it. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
it goes like through like different alleyways of figuring it out and understanding like there's not just one way of doing moves. You know what I mean? Like you can also create. And let's get down to the very very basics of breaking, of originality, is flipping moves. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
go back to windmill or backspins. Go back to
Mhm.
backspins. Watch Beat Street again. Everyone's doing backspins, but Crazy Legs did it with his shoes like that. You know, Float did it with his leg, you know, wrapped around, and you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so like it's the same move, but it's flipped in their own way, in their own style. You know what I mean? And we could do that. We could do that in any move possible. You know what I mean? So I think like there's a difference between like flipping moves and like flipping styles and shit like that. And you know, we just have to kind of get back into it. Like flipping styles, breaking doesn't come from just breaking. Breaking comes from a whole bunch of different styles before us. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So like we created breaking literally off of flipping moves and flipping styles. You know what I mean? So look at us now, you know, 50 years later from the beginning,
Exactly.
we keep the traditional way of breaking and flip shit and make it your own, and boom, you're a breaker. You know what I mean? You're a b-boy, you know,
Mhm.
or a b-girl. So you know it just really comes down to that, you know. And I don't know if we got off topic or whatever, but
No, no, bro.
but
Like I like that you're getting to the detail of it, and for me, it's exciting, like because this conversation that we're having, it's like it's not really talked about as much though because I don't know if people want to like feel sensitive and hit other people's
oh
buttons and they're gonna watch
oh
it,
there's
be like, yo, I think he was
sensitive.
talking about me though, man. He wasn't talking about you though,
It's
but we're talking about breaking.
yeah, it's the general aspect, and that is one thing though that's kind of a problem, is the sensitivity. Right now, everyone
Hmm.
does think that they're being attacked, and it's not true. It's not true. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we do come from a very very raw history. You know, like hip hop is not ballet. You know, we didn't start breaking in studios. You know what I mean? We started breaking from the streets, and breaking was the only thing that was going on in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's like we do come from a raw history, and people now, you know, with the times of life too, right now, we're all learning. We're all learning
Hmm.
how to grow and how to be in society. You know what I mean? And do it in a respectful manner. We are all learning, not just breakers, like humans in general. You know what I mean? And you know the thing is though is like everyone does think they're being attacked, and I think that's why a lot of people click up, and I think that's why a lot of people kind of like fight each other. You know what I mean? And it's like
We're gonna get into that one too right now. Johnny B. Bad said, "I'll let you address this." He said, "Why is this generation so sensitive?"
yeah, I'll let you go first.
Okay. The reason why, to be honest, I feel why this generation is so sensitive is because there's no more rivalries.
mm, mm, mm.
There's no more rivalries. Back in the day, fools came in mad. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And it
yeah,
was just like, it wasn't like, oh, he's gonna come in and he's gonna call me out and I'm gonna unfriend him after it. Nobody cared about that.
yeah, yeah. There
So
was
we're in a generation where there's like everything, like you want more likes than a rivalry.
wow, very wow. I mean, that's true, right? That's like when it comes down to
You
it,
want
that's
more likes. Yeah, you want everybody to like your shit. You don't want the rivalry. You don't want the like, yo, Friday night I heard about this dude. Like, I'm gonna go to practice and show up and not even tell him and call him out.
yeah.
And it's gonna be on some real shit. Like, they don't want that no more.
Mm. Yeah, bro.
And I
Yeah.
think that's the reason why things are like so sensitive because like everybody in a way is like they kind of want to be like liked in a lot of ways though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm the type of person like even if my videos don't get into like the thousands of likes though, it's like it doesn't matter to me because I'm more about the relationship though. You know what I'm saying with individuals like people like yourself though. So I think the sensitivity is like it's just a now thing though, bro. Like I can't change it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's just the way that it is. It's just like how when people would break, you know, like nobody really filmed themselves unless you were like at an event like filming, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like once again, like how you said, I'm not directing this towards anybody, you know, but that's just my point of view. And I want to ask you, what's your point of view?
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%. And also I wanted to say
Hmm.
shout out to Johnny B Bad for not getting sensitive on that matter. You know what I mean? He could have been like, "Oh, what are you
Right,
talking about? It's not for likes, you know." But yeah, I appreciate that. The openness
right.
is awesome. Yeah, no, I very much agree. Like, I'll even give you like an example. Like,
Hmm.
so I'll be real. I'm sure a lot of people know this, but I had a falling out with Massive Monkeys. Um,
I wanted to talk about that too.
yeah, and I'm not gonna go into any detail, like too much detail, but
Okay,
there was someone in Massive Monkeys that I was like, he's gonna go to this battle. I'm gonna see him at this battle, and I'm gonna call him out. And I told all my crew members, like, yeah, it's going down. Like, we'll battle this guy. You know what I mean?
hmm
Because it was like, you know, it was grudge. There was grudge in there. You know what I mean? And that's just like the nature of breaking. Like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go rounds with this guy. Like after the battle, we could be cool. We don't have to be cool, but I'm gonna go rounds with this guy. You know what I mean?
hmm
And I get to the jam, and we kind of meet up face to face, and I'm just like, yo, like we could go rounds, you know. And instead he wanted to talk outside instead, you know. So we talked outside, and you know, I was still ready to go rounds, but you know, the conversation just turned into more of just a conversation, and then like the beef was squashed, and then it was just like, fuck, like I still want to go rounds, but it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, like it's still to this day, I'm kind of like, damn, I wish we went rounds first. You know what I mean? And then talked, you know. But it's just not like that anymore. You know what I mean?
It's
Like
not like that,
it's just not
bro.
like that. And I think about it, and I don't think about the beef or the grudge or anything like that. I think about like how fucking legendary that battle could have been, or how amazing, like, you know, like that would have been in the breaking history books. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just like we missed that opportunity because you know they didn't want to break and they wanted to talk instead, and it was just like, fuck, dude, like breaking is what got us here, you know. And like I don't hold any resentment towards that person. I don't, you know, we squash the beef.
Hmm.
It's all love, you know what I mean. But like, but when it comes down to like breaking, it's just like, damn, that was a great breaking moment, and it was squashed because breaking just ain't the same anymore. You know what I mean? It's just
Hmm.
not there anymore. So it's like, you know,
Yeah.
and it leaks to, you know, not just not, you know, I could preach all day about this shit, but like it leaks to us too. Like it leaks to the generations before this generation too. Like, you know, like the person I was gonna battle was from a generation before me. You know what I mean? And it was just like,
Oh,
you
okay.
know, and it was just kind of like, damn, like, you know, this is just what it is now. You know what I mean? And I don't
Yeah.
know. And we go to a point too, is like, to be honest, and I think I see this in the post a little bit, but everyone just like everyone is just like too crucial on each other, like hating on each other like too much, like
I know,
but
bro.
not like on some breaking shit, like on some human like demoralization, like fucking like trying to crush each other's humanity kind of shit, you know what I mean? And it's like, bro, like the shit people put online towards each other, like we're in the same culture, we're like brothers and sisters. A lot of us don't come from the same places, but we have an understanding of a soulful experience and exchange of what we do, right? But man, some of the
Hmm.
shit that's posted online, dog, like people kill themselves for less, bro. People kill themselves for less. You know what I mean? Like it's cruelty, and it's like, how the hell is anyone going to get better? Or these new cats that are starting, say example, just like 2 months ago someone started breaking. Like if I started breaking 2 months ago, dog, check this out. If I started breaking 2 months ago and I saw everything that was going on, I would have been like, yo, fuck breaking. Like I don't want to be a part of
Me
this shit.
too.
You know what
Me
I
too.
mean? Like real talk.
Me too.
I'd be like, yo, everyone's on some hate shit, and like, like like there was beef, like, dude, I grew up at jams like with people fighting and shit, you know what I mean? But it wasn't on this like cyberbully hate shit, you know what I mean? Like it was just like boom, they
I
fought.
was
Yeah, nah, go
No,
ahead.
no, you're right. I just want to add to that thesis. I was gonna ask you about that. Like, bro, I feel like breaking now is personal. When I say it's personal, people start digging into like your
Yeah.
family. You start digging into like your past.
Oh,
Yeah, though, bro.
dude.
And to me, breaking should never be that personal.
Ah, man, like we're all
Just
working on things. Like we all like are growing as human beings, and it's like I don't know, bro. It's like everyone's just trying to tear each other down. Like keep it to breaking, Like thanks for the awareness, but keep it to breaking. Like it's not like we're not working. It's not like we're not working on our lives. Like you know what I mean?
I
Like
know.
we're just gonna be like I don't know. It's weird. Like I was called like a rock star, like or some shit. I'm like I'm not a fucking rock star. I'm just a b-boy. I'm just a like a kid that grew up in poverty that got successful in breaking, and like what are you talking about? Don't label me. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
Like like
look what Johnny B. Bad said right now.
no, 100%, dog. Like 100%. Dog, like how you gonna take away burns? Like I remember there was a time where people were like, "Don't do the cock and shit." Like that's like what, dog? What do you mean don't do the cock? Like I've been doing that shit since I first started. Like, nah, but like, yeah, nah, yeah, I don't know, man. And it's getting so sensitive to the point where like, one, everything's a crash, right? Everything's
Right.
a crash. Like, all right, put it this way: we're going back to the days, right? The golden era, right?
Hmm.
Let's say the golden era in the '90s, right? Like people got props just for taking risks and trying shit. You know what I mean? Even though
Oh,
they
all
didn't hit it,
the
even though
time.
they didn't hit it, they went for something, right?
Right.
Now, motherfucker will do 2090s, not 2190s, but 2090s, and it's like, oh, they fucked up. They're whack. He was supposed to do 2190s. He only did 19 and a half. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what breaking is now, dude. Like it's
It
crazy,
is.
dog. It's so crazy. And that's an
Right.
exaggeration, but not really. You know what I mean? Like
No,
it's
you're right though, bro. Like I seen some dude at a battle. He must have hit at least like 1390s, and when he landed on his feet, nobody clapped.
tell me
And I was
why
like,
tell me why break jams are so quiet now, dog. Like tell me why, dude.
I think this desensitized though, bro. Like it's. I remember when you would just say somebody's name, you could just say like Kid Conflict, and you would hear the whole
You,
room go ooh
oh yeah, yeah.
versus Thesis,
And
and
it was like,
ooh, and like you got
oh yeah.
exactly though, bro. And the battle haven't even started, and everybody's in the audience, like they're already like
That's
ah
hip hop. That's hip hop,
ah
bro.
ah.
Yeah. And then when they blow it up, the crowd would rush in. Like, bro, that was hip hop, bro. Like, like
Especially
that
when you
was
got the last move though, bro. If they said like Thesis, final move, bro, you stuck something and you hit
what
the
up.
chair or you hit
Yeah.
the reverse though, bro, and you stuck it, like everybody would just rush the floor and like the jam was over. DJ would just cut the
And that's
music.
memorable. And look at these jams now. You don't remember anything. You remember who won,
No,
but you don't remember these moments. Like, you know
barely,
what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
because you can go and watch another battle right after that. Another, it's like there's so many battles after that. Like you, it's like it starts taking away the feeling of like
Yeah.
like that raw
Yeah.
feeling that you felt because now everything's too crazy. I
Mm,
think that it's like it's almost
mm.
too crazy because now it's like I remember when Ivan did like 590s one time though, bro, and the room went
Yeah.
crazy.
Bro, and that's the thing though, is like crowd participation. You're like they're just as much a part of that battle than the two people
Mm-hmm.
battling. You know what I mean? And I think I think there's a separation in that. I think like everyone in the crowd is like, oh, I can't get to that level. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
there's a separation where, like, man, like it's still to this day, I see people that aren't known that kill it in the prelims and don't make it past prelims because they're just not known. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, dog, like, where's all the new cats at? Like, where's all the new opportunities? Like, like all these people are killing it. Like, I know when I go to a jam and I see someone that's not known, but killing it, like I know I'm talking to them. I'm like, yo, that is, like that's crazy that you didn't make it, and you know what I mean, like
I
shit like
know.
that, like and I'm still, bro, like I've been breaking like 23, 24 years, right? And I'm fucking like in the jam, still
Ooh.
that little kid, like yo, and I'm looking around and there's a 17-year-old kid that's been breaking for 5 years and he's just looking tired, and I'm just like, bro, you're not excited, dog? Like, this is crazy, like, you know what I mean? No, dog, like, for real. And I'm just like, dog, like, what happened to the joy? What happened to the passion? Like, like, what
The cell
happened to
phone, bro. The cell phone.
the cell phone and YouTube? And yeah, man, we need to there needs to be like some fucking EMP that shuts down like fucking the internet, and we need to go back to drawing and shit. Like, I don't know, dude. Like,
Right,
we need to
right,
reset, dog.
right, right.
Just,
Hey, Thesis, yeah, somebody said we've been on an hour. I didn't realize, have we been on an hour?
yeah, we have. Wow. Holy shit.
Has it been?
Yeah, it's been about an hour. Yeah, about 50 minutes.
Okay. But you know what? It's like, I think with me and you, like we have so much history though, bro. Like this, to me, it only felt like 15, 20 minutes to be honest with you.
Yeah, it did. Wow. Wow.
And I just want to say thank you for doing this for me, because I want to be able to save this, onto my YouTube channel, and I want these videos and these conversations like the one that me having with you. I want people to look at them with serious eyes, though, bro, because
Yeah.
I know shit is changing, though, bro. I think once the Olympics hit, it's
Mm-hmm.
like everything is gonna go super more. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna get super more
Mm-hmm.
commercial, and then the rules are really gonna start getting strict.
Mm-hmm.
You because it's gonna become like your job now.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be about like for the love and like how you said like respect. It's gonna be actually a job.
Yeah. Well, let's just, all we can do is pray and hope. But like from my experience of seeing things do go in cycles. And obviously every time it comes around in a circle, it's a new face, it's a new experience, it's a new freshness. But I think as long as we keep, what we what brought us to life in breaking, as long as or in hip hop, as long as we keep that alive, like when it comes full circle, I think it'll be more important around this time, especially of all the huge
Right.
movements that's happening. I know I'm not
And
I know I'm not gonna stop spreading that hip hop love and
right.
spirit, but you know,
And yeah, just adding to that, and that's something important, like what you said though, and that's this conversation that we're having, because people don't realize like breaking more than just breaking though. It's actually having like friendships. Like
mm,
me and Romain has been friends for 28 years,
wow,
and we never had a fallout.
nice, yeah,
And to me, that's what breaking is about, though, bros. When you
yeah,
have like true friendships, though, you know what I'm saying, that
mm,
can last
mm,
longer than the jam.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And to me, I think that's just as important as being an exceptional dancer, as being an exceptional person,
no doubt,
because
no
that's what
doubt,
people are gonna remember you by when you're not here. And like I want to be remembered. I'm pretty sure you want to be remembered.
no doubt, yeah,
You know?
yeah. No, that's real talk, dude, for real. Yeah, and you know what it
Yeah.
is, man. Like the lessons are right in front of us. We see it, so
Mhm.
we just gotta,
Um. Right. Another thing too, since we kind of on it, and I mean, like, I just like to talk about some real shit though, bro. Like, to me, um, I just want to ask you, like, how do you feel about the b-boy council culture though, bro? Like, what's your
Oh man,
perspective on that? Because I've been
yeah,
through it.
yeah.
I've been through it though, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I was affected by
just
it.
to be honest with you, I wanted to share that with you, like the stuff that you kind of went through. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
my name was thrown out there before though, too, though, bro. And for me, it's kind of fucked up in a way
Yeah.
is because, like how you said, anybody can get on the computer and just start making up some hate shit about you.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
want to know, like, from your point of view, like, how do you feel about that?
Well, this is, I mean, I've gone through a lot from that. The thing is that when that happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
um, I didn't know how to advocate for myself. I didn't know how to speak up for myself. I didn't know what was going on. A lot of shit was going on in my life at the time. Like, what's it called? Like, I was just about to have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
All these people like that said they were my friends suddenly weren't. And like,
Oh, man.
a lot of people that didn't even know me at all was like attacking me.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I'll keep it 100% with you, and this goes for every single human too. This is a reflection, but you know, we're not perfect. We're humans. You know what I mean? And we all do certain things that we grow up to not be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has regrets. You know what I mean? But it's how you deal with that. And the thing is, with my background, I didn't have the correct parental advice or parental guidance. You know what I mean? Like growing up, dude. This is
Right.
what this is what happened. I'll kind of like just go through it in a
Okay.
nutshell. But I was born in the projects. I grew up, downtown, dirty downtown Tucson. My dad wasn't really there. My mom was working a lot. All I had was like my cousins, my friends, my breaking community, and then I started traveling. And then I started traveling at a young age, 14, 15, traveling internationally, and that was my life for a long time. And I was just trying to figure out, what was happening. And I just was going with
Mm.
all these things where people just took me in places and things and all kinds of stuff. And I never was able to develop the human being that I was,
Mm.
meant to be, and, of course, like when you're traveling and you're young and there's not a lot of rules, like I got
Right.
into fucking partying a lot, and meeting people and, and I was, for everything that I had in my hand, I was not equipped to handle any of that because I wasn't shown how. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
experienced. And honestly, I was like enabled. Like people kind of just let me do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. Um,
Mm.
and yeah, I made some mistakes, and I'm not saying I'm a fucking murderer or a rapist or anything like that, but I've made some simple mistakes that people do. And
I know a lot of people that made some mistakes though, bro, like the ones that you've
we
done.
we all have. We all have.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
And
All of us.
I came to a point like I'm the one that had to live my life, not these people that are saying my life is this. You know what I mean? I'm the one that experienced my life. I
Right.
guarantee you, I give them my life. Let's see them handle it differently. Like, nah, dude. Like, if you were in my shoes, you would know. Like, this shit was not easy, and I had to get down to a point in my mid 20s, my late 20s, and I was like, bro, like I need to stop traveling. I need to sit down. I need to just
Mm.
figure out what's going on here. And I'll be transparent, and I put this out already, but I deal with addiction. I deal with alcoholism and addiction and stuff like that, and I've been working.
There's a lot of B-boys though, bro, that deal with addictions. You're not the
Yeah,
only.
and I've been working at it and battling it and fighting it and doing all the necessary actions to do so since 2019. And
Mm-hmm.
what is that? 4 years I've been like kind of practicing new ways of living and understanding how to just reframe my
Right.
mind, and you know what I mean. And that's a process. You know what I mean? It's a process. So like
Mm-hmm.
before this fucking cancel culture hit me like a fucking tidal wave, I was already like finding my new way, my new path of living. So
Mm-hmm.
so real talk, and I'm not taking away from anyone that was affected by whatever my way of life or anything like that. I'm not taking away anything. Your story's your story. My story's my story. Keep it at that. We'll keep it at respect. But like what happened at that time, like I had a lot of resentment because I just felt like it wasn't fair because I was trying to better myself. And then this whole fucking cancel culture comes through and just grabs me by the fucking neck and buries me down and just brings me right back to fucking depression,
Mm-hmm.
right back to confusion, right back to all this shit, and just demoralized my whole existence, you know? And you know, there was a time where I was very angry, you know. I had a lot of
Right.
fallouts. I was just a mess, dude. And you know, obviously when it comes down to it, enough is enough. And I came to a point where, you know, if you let this shit affect you, you know, then they won, you know, like then they fucking
Mm.
they're happy. They're laughing at you committing
Yeah.
suicide, you know, they're laughing at you ruining your life. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck that, dude. Like I'm first of all,
Yeah.
self-affirmations all day, dog. Like I'm strong, I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I'm helpful, I'm of service, I'm doing all this shit, you know, for others and myself, you know what I mean? Like I know me. And the thing is that these people tried to steer that away and make me think that I was
Mm.
this kind of monster and I was this thing and that.
Yeah.
And it's like, hold up. You know, what's crazy is a lot of the people that kind of had a falling out with me, they went ghost. You know why? Because one, maybe they were a part of that bullshit, and two, they got dirt, and three, you know, like these people are battling their demons, they're attacking people, but they're battling their demons that way. They're not doing it internally to help or help themselves or help the world be a better place. They're attacking and making it just as worse as they see the world. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So like real talk, like what are we gonna do about that? You know, like what are we gonna do about that? Are we gonna be a part of that movement, or are we gonna move on and just be better? You know? And I chose to just move on and be better, you know. And I got
I like that. I like that about you, bro, because I noticed when they try to throw that at you, like you kept doing exactly what you know
yeah,
what you was doing, which was
yeah,
dancing. I know that they said they didn't want you to show up at
yeah.
events, but I didn't see that affecting your break. You know,
Nah,
it seemed like
I I
you
kept
still
going,
kept
bro.
going.
And I
Yeah.
kept my shit on the hush too. Like I didn't go out online and you know go crazy and da 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 da. Like there was some moments where I was just like, you know, whatever, like fuck that. You know what I mean? But like, but who, you know, just for shits and giggles. But like at the same time, dude, like when it came down to like what made me happy, like you ain't gonna take my livelihood away. Like I started breaking when I was like 6 years old. Dog. You ain't gonna take my livelihood away. You're not gonna make
I
me
know.
hate breaking. Like there was a moment, there was a time where I was like, damn, I hate breaking. But it wasn't that I hated breaking. It was just that I hated what the scene was becoming. You know, what had nothing to do with
Oh,
breaking. You know what I mean? But in my head it was like, oh, you know, breaking's what led me to this misery and da 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 da. But that's just what they want you to believe, you know. Like breaking, bro, breaking is what saves my life every single day. Like no matter what I'm going through in life, I could dance and I could teach and I could do anything that involves dancing or hip hop in general because of breaking, bro, because of hip hop.
because
You know
of
what I mean?
breaking.
You know, so like to blame that shit, like, you know,
Hmm.
that's when I was like, hold up, fucking backspin backwards, like, yo, you know, let's replay the tape, dog. Like, fuck that shit. Like, I got way more good to offer than bad, you know. So like, how am I the bad guy, you know, when like you're the one attacking me? Like, I'm not attacking you, you know. And it's like that's just what made me realize, like, yo, man, like everyone's on their own journey, you know. Everyone's
Yeah.
on their own journey, you know. Like I just pray for everyone. Like for real, I pray for everyone. Like you attack me, I'm praying for you. You know, if you attack my loved ones, like you know, that's an even bigger prayer. Like I have to pray for myself to settle down. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
you know what I mean? But it when it comes down to it, it's like you got to choose love. You know, and that cancel culture shit ain't love, bro. Like that's just trying to break our culture apart. You know, divide us and shit. You know.
Thank you. I think we're actually probably the first two that actually really spoke on it in the b-boy culture, though.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I appreciate that about you because you're being transparent and like everybody has trauma though, bro. Like believe me, I know as long as I've been in breaking, bro, there's
Yeah.
not one b-boy I don't know. Like I
Hmm.
was just on practice like on Tuesday and I spoke to somebody, I'm not gonna say his name, and he's making money, but he's homeless though, bro.
Hmm. Yeah.
And that's the problem. I can see it in his face when he's breaking, but he's homeless. He told me he don't got
he don't got a place to go, but he still loves to dance.
Mm.
And I'm thinking like, damn, bro, that's some crazy ass, like that's some trauma within yourself because you don't have nowhere that you can lay down and take a nice shower
Mm.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that, you know?
that leads, man, that leads to, yeah, that's trauma. I mean, trauma, man, we're born with trauma. Like, dude, coming into the world is trauma. You know what I mean? Like, think
Mhm.
about birth, just think about birth. Like, what the hell? We're just in this comfortable little safe place, and then now we're out into the world, and like now we're growing and being adults and learning how to be human. You know what I mean? And we find ourselves in situations, unfortunately, about homie. That's terrible. Like no one should be homeless, to be honest, especially when you're a loving, gifted, soulful person. But the thing is that if that trauma handicaps you from not being able to ask for help, or not finding the right resources to help yourself, like that speaks volumes within itself when it comes to trauma. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of trauma, especially people that grew up in the hood without parents, have like abandonment issues and don't know how to ask for help. You know what I mean? And I know I did. It took me years. Like it took me years to try to learn how to ask for help. You know what I mean? I still have trouble asking for help. I have
Oh,
trouble when
really?
people give me compliments. Like, you know what I mean? Like I have trouble taking that. Like because like I grew up traumatized by like not having the fucking correct source of love. And like just having people just leave, and like like if someone in my life, significant, say for example, like passes away, like that shit hits me hard, because like I can't get over the idea of just like leaving, like that's it. I don't know how to explain it, but like
That's how I
trauma.
felt um
Yeah.
when Tyrell passed away, B-Boy Spidey. You know who
Yeah,
that
of
is?
course, dude. Me and
That
him.
was my homeboy though, bro.
Yeah,
Like I met Spidey like in '92.
yeah, yeah,
So when he passed away, like I knew it was gone, but it broke my heart though, bro, because he was close to me though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so I know what
yeah.
you was saying. It's hard to move on. And I think about him though, bro. Like even
Mm-hmm.
today, Gerald too. Gerald from Rockforce.
Yep, I know, man. And it's crazy because I didn't know them personally like you, but I had a huge love and respect for them, because every time I met them, and this is crazy that you mentioned both of those names, but I saw Spidey, I think 2 weeks before he died. I saw him
Oh,
at an
really?
event. Yeah, I saw him at an event. He was just genuine, super nice. Like he always was cool. He was always talking about like me and him like working on a project together, like in the future,
Exactly.
and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Like I used to watch you, like fucking when I was a kid, and like Out for Fame, actually, Out for Fame, what DVD was I can't, when Rhythm Bugs won long time ago.
Also from San Diego.
San Diego. Yeah, like Spidey, he battled with Rhythm Bugs, and that was the first time I seen him. So like watching that was
Okay.
legendary already, bro. And I was just like, damn, this guy's really talking to me about doing projects. Always hella nice. And 2 weeks later, he's gone, and it's just like, what the fuck? And then like, and then Gerald too, bro. Like Gerald, I seen him like a week or like a few days before he died, bro. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
really?
Yeah, at a jam, and he was just fucking like talking to me and shit, and just being hella nice, like, and I
Yeah.
was like, damn, that's Gerald, bro. Like that's Rockford's Gerald right there, dude. You know what I mean? And then like, boom, gone. Like, and it's crazy because me being, coming up, like I was like maybe in my mid 20s, early 20s, or yeah, mid 20s when all this happened, and it's just like, oh man,
Hmm.
I could possibly have a future with these legends that I've seen when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like get to know these guys, and then they're taken away, and it's just like, what? Like it just doesn't seem like right. It doesn't seem fair.
Right, right.
Yeah, but
Man, thank you though, bro. Like, um, I'll ask you one more question. I'll let you get your night going though. But I just want to say the things that we shared though, bro. Like, this shit should be like in the B-boy Bible though, bro.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
where everything that you said though, and even on my end, I love breaking. I know you love breaking.
fuck yeah,
Like the things that we talked about. I don't want anybody to feel offended about it because This is common communication because if it's not done visually, it's done verbally.
Of course.
That's how we know about all this, but because it's still being said.
Mm,
But me and you are taking initiative to decide to talk about it visually where people can see it,
yeah.
and like I'll take the price for anything for breaking though, like how you felt though, bro. Like that's one of the reasons why I stayed in it so long is because I feel like this is my shit though, bro. Like
Yeah.
this is my source of energy though that I know that I contribute where I can unite and
Mm,
have people from different generations, different eras like yourself to respect me. You can't get that in society, but we can get that in breaking.
yeah. 100%. 100%.
We can get that in breaking, and that should be
It's
something
limitless.
to
Yeah.
to achieve when you walk in the gym. Not nobody's making faces, but they're coming up to you like you said, like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like yo, you showed up.
Yeah.
Like when I see you on Style on this anniversary in
Yeah.
San Jose. Remember when you were flexing
Of course.
and
Yeah.
we walked up to each other and we
Yeah.
was excited. I was like,
Yeah. I remember
yo,
that too.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
That energy though, to me,
Yeah.
that's what fucking breaking's about.
Yeah. And it's still there, like I'll keep it 100%. Like, I was a little I went on a hiatus, and I didn't go to jams for a while after all that
Yeah,
bullshit, like almost 2 years, maybe even more than 2 years. And I started showing up at jams and like real talk, like don't get me wrong, there were some weirdos, like that kind of gave me the side eye, but the majority the majority of people were like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, we're so happy that you fucking came. Like, you made it. Like, you didn't crumble. Like, you're here, like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And like, I'm walking into some shit like, damn, real talk, like, damn, everyone might fucking hate me, like, I don't know, because I didn't talk to anyone and this and that and all this happened.
yeah.
And I'm walking into this jam, like, head high, like, here we go, like, what's going to happen? Are they going to kick me out right when I walk in?
Exactly.
And bro, like the majority of people with open arm, like fuck yeah, you're back, like let's kill this shit, And I'm just like, fuck yeah, dog, and like it drowned out all
Right.
the haters, bro. It drowned out all like the dudes that were giving me side eyes or whatever, like they didn't even exist because like after once that love was united, it was like okay, like this is what hip hop is. This is what breaking is. All that other hater shit could go out on the outside. You know what I mean? Because we're here
Right.
to break, like we're here to get down, experience, exchange, conversate, inspire, like motivate, like we're here to do all that. You know what I mean? and
Right.
and at least I know I am, so like that's not gonna hold me back. Any all the other shit ain't gonna hold me back. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is.
Thank you though, Thesis though. You said it right though, bro. And I'm glad that that's what I really love about these conversations that I'm having because it's it's just so honest that I know some people are gonna really relate to it, and that's all I want. You
Yeah.
believe me, when I go places and people see me at practice, they're like, "Bro, what you're doing on Instagram,
Oh yeah.
like it's changing lives, though, bro. Like I respect it." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I'm just like stretching out, like, "What? Like, oh, that's crazy." Like,
Hell
people
yeah.
are walking up to me and saying, like, "Yo, you're the dude on the Instagram right now, bro. That's like." Putting out the real shit. And like these are younger dudes though, and their breaking is like it's kind of like it's so. But I like the fact I'm not tripping on the moves. I'm tripping on the way that like you feel.
Yeah. No,
You know,
100%. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
tripping on how
I
much it's
love it.
gonna impact you.
Nah,
Because
man. Like this
we
conversation. My bad. No, go.
no, no.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut
No. I'm just yeah. I just want to add, and I'll let you speak though. Like whether people say it or not, though, bro. Like your name is gonna be remembered in breaking though.
you.
I don't care if people don't like you or not though.
Damn.
I'm just being honest. Though.
Hey, I
Like your
don't.
name.
I don't care if they like me or not either. To be
Yeah,
honest.
your name has to come up there, bro, because you won hell of battles, though, bro. I'm sorry, I've seen you win more battles
Yeah.
than take losses.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man.
So for me, in my book, like when I think of a b-boy that I highly respect, and I think that's had a long career, and he's constantly always like took it to the next level. Is you?
Thank you, man. I try, bro. I try.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And the spirit of breaking lives through me. I am not the spirit; it lives through me, and that's what kind of just like keeps me going, you know, and the love, the conversations that we're having here, like this is what I strive for, and this is what makes me a better person, a better breaker, a better human, you know, because it's just like, you know, like there's more than just moves, like you said. There's the feels, you know, like the feeling of everything, you know, and I'd rather talk about this than the next jam or the jam, you know what I mean? Like I'd rather talk about
Right.
like what's going on, you know, and you know, I know a lot of people out there that know me personally. Like I've always been that way. I've always talked to people and see how they're doing and what's going on with them, and you know, and like when it comes to breaking, it's more just motivational. Like, yo, let's get you some opportunities, stuff like that, because that's what it's about. Like, you know, I grew up with all that, so I have to be able to give that back. And you know, it's luckily I'm at a point in my life where I can, and you know, that's just what it is. You know, I hope people learn from
Right.
that. You know, I hope people can carry on the tradition of like giving. You know, and you know, there's a lot of breakers now that are getting so many opportunities and huge sponsorships and stuff like that. Like, you know, the only way to keep this shit going, real talk, is giving back. You know, like I've been given so many opportunities that I've created that haven't been handed to me. You know what I mean? And I give that. You know what I'm saying? I give that back. So you know, I'm just saying, y'all fools with their sponsorships, you know what I'm saying? Share the wealth. You know,
Yeah, bro. Like, you're right though. Like,
it's true though. It's real, because that's what keeps us
exactly.
going. You know, that's what keeps the brothership or the brotherhood and the sisterhood and the unity of hip hop is like
Right.
being, you know, just being one. You know, helping each other.
You're right, Thesis. There's still a very good positive side though to it. You know, I know we
Hmm.
touched on a lot of shit that was swept under the carpet,
Yeah,
but the surface side of it,
love, man.
like there's some real love like that's still in break, and I think that's the reason why like I wanted to do this, you know, and I wanted to keep elevating what I do as an individual because I still love breaking. I still love the b-boy though, bro. Like the b-boy to me is like a Jedi.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? There's the black saber, there's the green saber,
yeah,
there's the fucking orange saber. But for me, you, and certain other peoples, I feel like we got the black saber though,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. And there's only one who can wield it. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To me, like we have the black saber because we hold a traditional understanding
Hmm.
and knowledge and respect
Hmm.
for breaking down. It's not like we want it, like you can see it
Yeah.
in like our character. Like when I see you at the gym, I don't see you. I see you smiling everywhere though, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's everywhere
Yeah.
you
I'm
you're
happy,
smiling
bro.
outside, you're smiling
I love
inside. I've
breaking.
never just seen you with a straight face.
Yeah. I mean, maybe before the battle, like I'm serious,
Right.
but when it comes to the community, yeah, it's love, spread
And that's
love,
what I
man.
remember about you though, bro. I remember coming in the parking lot freestyle session and I see you like smiling in the parking lot, smiling at, and I'm thinking, yo, like to me that's the shit because
Yeah.
that's who you are.
Hell yeah,
You're
dog.
not changing characters. You're not like pretending to have the stone face and then outside like being like, you know, somebody else. And you're right, it's in the battle, but for the most part, like you flex them
Hmm.
and tons of other people, like I just see nothing but just comedy though, bro. And it makes me feel good though because like
Hell
that's
yeah.
what breaking's about. The breaking's about good
No
times.
doubt. No doubt.
It's all about good
Yeah.
times.
Having fun, man. You know, spreading
All
love.
right.
Yeah.
All right, Thesis. So man, thank you for
Thank
this
you,
interview. This
brother.
is something that I wanted. Actually, it's a conversation,
Yeah, it was dope.
but I appreciate it. You're just contributing to like what I do, and I've always wanted you to be a part of it. And to me, I think you're an awesome individual, and I love to see you battle, bro. Whenever I get on YouTube and I see anything with Thesis, bro, I'm watching that shit.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Hey, and same goes for you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Like it's amazing, you know, spreading this, and like you said, this conversation was gold. So
Yeah,
I live for conversations like this, man. So like just holler at me anytime, bro. You know what's up. Um, but yeah, nothing but big love to you, man. And I'll keep it rocking, you know, as long as my knees are good, I'll keep it rocking. So,
right,
you know,
right, right.
it is what it is.
Um,
Thank you, man. Have a good night, and I'll speak to you soon.
You as well. And peace out,
All
everyone that stayed
right,
tuned
peace.
in. Much love. Peace.